What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prizepicks NBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 3 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NBA tonight. As always, coming fresh off a nice 3-0 sweep last time out. Hopefully you tuned in and tailed on those picks. You should have won some money, should have been happy, and looking to keep it going in this one. Looking to get on a hot run, giving you guys as much value as I possibly can for free. And if you're really looking to step up your Prizepicks games, guys, your Prizepicks game, you got to check out the premium content packages. We have been crushing over here. My VIP play of the day is currently on a 15-2 run. The winner circle has been flooded over these last few days. It's been ridiculous. Saturday was good. Friday was good. Sunday, I know there was only 2 NBA games. We played that Super Bowl. I went all in on those 4th down conversion plays that I had shared. Unfortunately, the Chiefs weren't able to convert. The Eagles did their part. But overall, we've been crushing. Had that nice 3-0 sweep last time on the video. If you have not checked out the premium, though, you got to jump in here. It is patreon.com/KJK_DFS. It is linked below in the description. You can check out the lower tier packages. That's going to give you access to every single one of my core plays, all my plays that are heavily researched throughout the day. But if you want access to all of my exact tickets, my value alerts, my core play tiers that I've been crushing as well, you get access to my 3 tiers, 1, 2, and 3. It's going to let you know how to prioritize your plays, which ones are the best. And then, of course, that VIP play of the day. And a whole lot more. Bottom line is, if you're not a KJK DFS VIP member, you're missing out. I believe in this package more than ever. I've done so many different things to ramp it up. Been working on this for a long, long time, and I am feeling better about it than I ever have. So would love to have you join. And if you enjoy this content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out, and I will be helping you guys out for free all NBA season long, giving you guys these picks. So got 3 free here. Fair warning, the value on this slate I have found is on a lot of unders. So I already sent it to my VIP members. There's been a lot of unders for me, and I got 3 unders for you in this this video. Not always the most fun, but that's where the value is at. You can't be biased in the process. My process is very specific, and you got to go where the value is. So got 3 unders. I know we were on some unders last video that were able to hit for us, so looking to keep it going in this one. We'll kick things off in the Charlotte Hornets Atlanta Hawks game. This game comes in with a 240 over-under. It is a 5.5 point spread in favor of the Atlanta Hawks. And the first guy I'd like to discuss is going to be Terry Rozier. Got 3 fantasy score picks for you guys in this one to try to give you guys some picks that aren't going to be bumped. And it all starts with Mr. Rozier. We'll go ahead and pull up his game logs as far as how he has been doing as of late. He's going to go out there and play in the mid-30s minutes as far as how he's able to contribute. He's going to score, he's going to rebound, he's going to assist. He's kind of well-rounded, but doesn't get the best matchup here, taking on an Atlanta Hawks squad that has been very good defensively against Rozier's position. And then for those reasons, obviously, that's all factored into my projections. Really not liking him to hit his fantasy score today. I've got him projected in the low 30s. Atlanta is only allowing 26 fantasy points per game to shooting guards. Starters are only allowing 5 field goals to be made to opposing shooting guard starters. So although the Charlotte Hornets have a 117.25 implied team total, not expecting Rozier really to have the most success in this matchup, and I think his fantasy score line is just well too inflated. Once again, from a base projection aspect, they've got him all the way up there at 37.5. Has been producing at a very high rate. He's hit the over in 3 of the last 5. Last time out against Denver, he only went out there and put up 28.4. Once again, I've got him going out there and getting, 30, 31, 32 fantasy score from a base projection aspect. His ceiling is much higher. But even with that being said, his ceiling is in the mid-40s. So I think this is kind of more of a ceiling line on the fantasy score. It's simply too high in my opinion. I do have him projected way under from a base projection. And once again, the Hawks have been really, really good at slowing down those opposing shooting guards. Talked about it. 26 fantasy points per game given up to opposing shooting guards. So Terry Rozier, been very good. He's going to play quite a bit of minutes, but I think this line's just simply too inflated. I'd be a little bit more scared to take the under if they had it like in the low third or the mid 30s, I should say, or the low 30s. But being that they have this line all the way up to 37.5, there's a pretty large discrepancy in where I've got him at and where Prizepicks has him at. So for pick number 1, we're going with the under 37.5 fantasy score here for Terry Rozier. That will be pick number 1. Pick number 2, we're going to kick it on down to the Houston Rockets taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Actually, no. Sorry, one game before that. It's going to be the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. This game has a 224 over-under, 15-point spread in favor of the Cleveland Cavaliers, so there is some concern for a blowout. And once again, we have a guy that I think has too high of a fantasy score line. It's going to be Kelvin Johnson. He gets a tough matchup taking on a Cleveland Cavaliers team. The Spurs only have a 104.5 implied team total. And Keldon Johnson, once again, going to be given a pretty tough matchup here. Although he's getting a lot of minutes, although his usage is going to be high, I'm not expecting him to really have too much success. He's been playing right around 30 minutes per game, and once again, as far as how the Cleveland Cavaliers are faring against opposing small forward starters, there's a lot of bad things going on here for Keldon today. It's going to be a negative pace differential. They're going to play much slower here in this game, taking on a Cleveland Cavs team that plays a lot slower than them. They're only allowing 25.1 fantasy points per game to opposing small forwards. They're only allowing 4 rebounds per game to small forwards, and they're only allowing 4.8 field goals per game to small forwards. So once again, similar to what we talked about with Terry Rozier, this game's going to be much faster up-tempo, but same thing from a matchup aspect. Terry's going to be drawing some tough defense against DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, tough wing defense. And as far as the Cleveland Cavaliers are concerned, Keldon probably going to draw the defense, of Isaac Okoro. It could be tough on the wing there. Donovan Mitchell help him out as well. And honestly, the San Antonio Spurs don't really have too many other weapons besides Keldon, so you could obviously factor in that there's going to be a lot of attention shown to him. It's not going to be very easy for him right now with not having a lot of help from his teammates. 31.5 fantasy score here over on Prizepicks. I've got him projected in the mid-20s. So once again, obviously my projection way different than this 31.5 score line. He certainly does have a higher ceiling. I've got him a ceiling of 40 plus, so of course he could go over this line, but all these things factored in to my base projection, the matchup, the slow pace, the tough defense that's going to be applied towards him. Obviously that's all factored in, and that's kind of what's telling me to go with the under here. Only in the mid-20s projection. There's a good chance this game could turn into a blowout as well with a 15-point spread. If that happens, we could see Keldon Johnson take the bench early, not get back in the game. Obviously, when his team gets way behind, blowout, they're going to put the reserves in and let them finish out that game rather than the starters risk any injuries. So a couple of reasons there that I really like the Keldon Johnson under. Once again, don't expect these plays to get bumped, hopefully, for you guys, since they are fantasy score props. And we will go in with the under 31.5 fantasy score here for Keldon Johnson for pick number 2. And then pick number 3, we're going to kick it on down to this Houston Rockets Philadelphia 76ers game. This is the same pick that I went with in last video. I continue to have Jalen Green projected way under what they continue to put his line at over on Prizepicks, and that's the case here again today. The Rockets only have a 106.5 implied team total. They're taking on a Sixers squad with, once again, a 13.5 point spread. There's a good chance that this game could possibly turn into a blowout. That's just a nice little added bonus, though. Honestly, I'm anticipating all these games stay close from my projections. If they don't, and it turns into a blowout and these guys get sat earlier, that's just a nice little bonus for us. But once again, I had Jalen Green going under last game, and I do again here today. I've got him in the mid-20s. Prizepicks continues to have his line set up right around 31.5. So kind of what I just talked about with Keldon. These two guys I have very similarly projected, and they're both right around, they're both at the 31.5 score line as far as fantasy score on Prizepicks. I do have him in the mid-20s once again, 25, 26 fantasy points. Obviously, that's a big difference than this 31.5 score line. Taking on a Sixer squad, and once again, similar with Keldon, Rockets don't have a lot of other guys, so there's going to be a lot of attention on Jalen Green. He's going to get DeAnthony Melton defense. DeAnthony Melton, once again, one of the best on-ball defenders. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of help side as well, coming from Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, James Harden, etc. On Jalen Green, the number 1 star on the Rockets really don't have a lot of other weapons, so it's going to be pretty easy to lock in on him, show him a lot of attention, and slow him down in this one. As happened last time, he went 5 for 19 from the field in that game. I really didn't shoot the ball all that well against Miami, which I said was a tough matchup, but I'm expecting more of the same here today. It's tough defense. DeAnthony Melton, once again, phenomenal on-ball defender, similar to what we talked about with Isaac Okoro here for the Cleveland Cavs, and then we got DeJounte Murray for the Atlanta Hawks. A lot of these guys all 3 of these guys that we're discussing in this video, get some very tough defenders they're going to have to try to get past. Got them projected way under. Obviously, all this is factored into those projections, but just kind of clarifying here for pick number 3. We're going with the under 31.5 fantasy score here for Jalen Green, and that will be my 3 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NBA today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you want to check out the premium content packages, you can check those out. You can get in the VIP member package and get access to every single one of my core play tiers, my play of the day, all that stuff. Like I said, the lower tiers, you're going to get access to those core plays. And if you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, you can sign up today and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.